William Spooner was born in London on July 22nd, 1844. He was an albino and suffered defective eyesight, which is thought that may have caused some of his verbal confusions. He was an Anglican priest, scholar, and writer. He studied at New College, Oxford, and he also lectured there in history, philosophy, and divinity, and was head of the New College from 1903 through 1925. He was a kind and hospitable man, but he was absent-minded. His tongue barely kept up with all the thought processes that he had, which resulted in the unintentional interchange of sounds, producing a phrase with a meaning entirely different from the one that he intended, which was actually often very humorous. And these speech errors were actually named after him, so now we know them as Spoonerism. Speech errors will move, substitute, delete, or add sounds, words, or phrases. For example, we have consonant segment exchange, which an example would be stick in the mud, smuck in the tid. We also have vowel segment exchange, which if we had ad hoc, it would be odd hack. We have when a syllable is deleted. Unanimity would be unanimity. Suffix moves will be easily enough is easily enoughly. We also have word exchange, which is tend to turn out, turn to tend out. And we also have whole phrase exchange. For example, if we had my sister went to the Grand Canyon, it would be the Grand Canyon went to my sister. And William's errors had a tendency to exchange the initial consonant of words and the utterance. Now, what we have on this slide is some examples of William's speech errors. The white bold is what he intended to say, and the red is what he actually said. So the first one is, you have missed all my history lectures, and he said, you have hissed all my mystery lectures. The second one, noble sons of toil, and he said, noble tons of toil. The third one, you have wasted the whole term, and he actually said, you have tasted the whole worm. And the last one is the dear old queen, and he said the queer old dean. So now you guys are going to watch a little video on Spoonerism.
Oh, good morning, William.
Good day, Rosie. Good day, Rosie.
You were up early, dear. Where have you been?
Oh, I've been rolling in the strolling in the rose bushes. They love so smelly this morning.
You do adore your garden, don't you?
Oh, indeed I did. Yes, there's nothing makes me gappier than a spot of hardening. But I fear there's so much to do at this time of year, I'm neglecting it. It's the rutting season for tea cozies, you know.
Cutting season for tea cozies?
No, the cutting season for tea roses, dear. I declare you're getting as mad as me.
Is that what you intend to do today, my dear?
No, the roses must wait. The first thing I must do is to spray my flies against green beans. While I'm at it, I think I'll black my dubras as well.
That reminds me, I need some vegetables for dinner. Would you mind Mia Farrow?
Mia Farrow? What's she got to do with it?
Could you find me a marrow?
Oh, I see. A mere tip of the slung. I see. No, I fear I cannot, because the garden gate was left unlocked all night. Someone has nip-toed in and tipped my barrow in the mud.
Tiptoed in and nipped your marrow in the bud?
I couldn't have bet it putter myself.
Moreover, we have Victoria Fromkin, who was also a great contributor to Spoonerism. She was actually born on May 16, 1923 in New Jersey. In the 1960s was when she began to study slips of the tongue, and she realized that they reveal the manner in which sentences are created in speech. She was a major figure in the history of UCLA's linguistic department, and she was actually the chair of the UCLA Department of Linguistics from 1972 through 1976. She also had a lot of recognition and awards. For example, the UCLA Distinguished Teaching Award, the UCLA Professional Achievement Award. She was a president of the Association of Graduate Schools in 1988. She was a president of the Linguistic Society of America in 1985, and many, many other things. And all her contributions have made her be recognized as a mother of all linguists. Victoria made some important observations. For example, in order for segment exchanges to occur, the sentence would have to be planned out before a person began to say it, because it would not be possible to transport backwards. Also, speech errors involve mixing and matching morphemes with words. For example, the intended sentence would say, rules of word formation, but words of rule formation would be produced. Another example is easily enough would be produced to easy enoughly. These examples involve morphemes being exchanged within a sentence. These sound exchange errors provide evidence that a sentence must be planned out to a certain extent before speech starts. They also prove that the morpheme is a fundamental building block of the English sentence production rather than the word. Slips of the tongue offer a window to the mechanisms involved in language production and the role that linguistic units such as phonemes and morphemes play in that production. But because they are naturally occurring events, researchers have no control over when and where they will occur, because the analysis of slips of the tongue is actually a field technique, which is a method of study that does not involve manipulation and control of factors in a laboratory, but rather involves observing phenomena as they occur.